What up, fully? Yeah, yeah. Hello, Wagwan. Yeah. I came from a land. It have many water, many great sons and many daughters. And we have the land here where many ask for. We never see Katrina, nah those disaster. I feel nice we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, me nah know none was slippy. Guyana me say big up on no city. Cause this is the dear land of the free. Land of the many waters, resources and trees. Land of the rivers and seas. I proud, Phoebe, Guyanese. Land of the Amerindians, the Africans, the East Indians. And Portuguese, not to mention the Europeans and the Chinese. Them feel blessed from Guyana beach breeze. Cause enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Alright, 1, 2, mic check. View from gravity, are the nicest. Match time, my city. Are the hypest, we see them gyal wind up in a some liquor tight dress. We hustle from morning till night catch. Them finno Guyanese, get a youth not like rest. House and car, them finno we like press. Check the bank line them. We not like check. We got gold and diamond, them thing priceless. Timber bauxite, then check the aisle next. GDF, Miami is the finest. I mean I talk about the sugar, nor the rice yet. So a marshal, I drop the Guyanese bomb. For feed the nation, that's the Guyanese plan. Big up a kilo, them with them Guyanese and Guyana. That's where them Guyanese from. People tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. I came from a land, it have many water, many great sons and many daughters. Is we have the land where many ask for. We never see Katrina or nah those disaster. I feel nice we come from the golden city. Girl born in gold dust, so we show them pretty. The man full of faith, we nah know none was slippy. Guyana we say big up on no city. Enough people tour around the world and ask about Guyana, but don't know where that is. That is the last city of El Dorado in the world. That is the land where we live. Land of the biggest one drop falls. Plus we have the longest floating bridge. We from South America, some say the Caribbean, but still a thanks we a give. Hello, Wagwan. I the nuclear family, hey master, what up fully? A one-time records, a 592, we think them. Hello, Wagwan. Hey yo, my G, where you from? Guyana.
Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. Facts we dealing with. Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. I been to Guyana, man. I have to go back. The way out the country looking, man, it left me shocked. Who's ever in charge? Them put we on the map. The men them look healthy. The girls them look hot. I went to a meeting. I don't know if chicken curry. Them Guyanese eating, man. The government walking. 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 This one's for them haters. For them haters who attacking Guyana. Guyana, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them the 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 little finger. The government walking, the government walking. The government walking, the government walking. The government walking, the government walking. The government walking. Don't mix me with politics. I here's the Guyanese critics. I just want the country fixed. Man, I come for some kicks. Can leave the bumper fake. We call it a camera trick. And if you rest it to me, I still give it some licks. The government walking. 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 Tell you that we're ready to go with Courdel Jones. You know it's gonna be real from 8
to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today, we'll keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, so in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we've got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth, it's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, or toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Running to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, feeling and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth, it's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Livewire with yours truly. It is the 23rd of September 2025, and I trust everybody had a good night's rest and they're ready for everything that this Tuesday brings. Morning to the persons joining us across the 10 administrative regions. Morning to the persons joining us across the diaspora. Special good morning to the persons joining us in the comment section. Happy to have you guys continued support. Please, again, I ask if you can help me share the live. We're still on a block on Facebook in terms of going live from our original, but I shouldn't say original, from the pages that you would know, my personal page and Livewire News. We're still able to broadcast on YouTube, and for those who are joining us here on this backup Facebook page. And as I would have said in the past, the backup pages aren't something, and the fake pages aren't something that I'm into. I think it's a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of hassle to manage like several pages on one platform. I know a couple of influencers and media operatives have 2-3 backup pages, and I always wondered how do you keep track of everything? Although I would have started the new Facebook page, I have noticed that I have to actively remember to go over there to post stuff too. So when I post it to my regular page, and then to if it's something that's able to be posted on the news page, that's usually it for me. So work in progress. Again, morning to everybody in the comment section. Thank you guys for being here this morning. Abdul Latif, Estelle Ramnath, Krishnu Chintaman, Gayatri Baldio, Chef. I gotta stop saying Sharon Dase, you're done, so you're saying too much. Like Chef Rocky Morning. Sharon Dase, look. Listen, hey, Guy is the best. Anybody see the Yari video with the girl with the Yari on her neck, like what on her shoulder? We are original here. We are original here. Wazim Nabi, morning to you. Patricia Alfonso, good morning to you. Hanuman Prem Kumar, Dennis Ramlal, morning to you. Joseph Satar, Chris, Rahim Amarali, Omar Sharif, Suknan and Bud, General Narendra, good morning to you. Dudnot Prasad, Alan Khan, Sarah Mosley, Sunil Raghubir, morning to you. Eunice Raghubir, good morning to you as well. Jonah Bijan, Balwan Danranj, Malchan Prem Kumar, Dunan Suku, Devi, Roots Guyana, morning to you. Babita Kisoon, Balran, I call you already. Prasad Pati Philomena Lee, good morning to you. Nadi Rani Prashad, William Gomes, Mike Bisram, morning to you, brother. Neil Ramlokan, good morning. Anita Sitaram, good morning to you. Tularam, morning. Maureen Razio, Didi Sabrian, morning. Intias Bacchus, Walter Fisher, Krishnadat Mangar, Jerry Prasad, Ann Hill, Jasoda Sargent, Ken Ramsamy, Rosetta Fredericks, morning to you. 69 Samaru, Juwandai Arjun. I hope I said it right. Raz Ali, Pam, morning to you and Trevor, Jean Cornelius, D.A., morning, Nirmala Allen, Sherwin Siram, Janet Lal, Sunita Siram, morning to you. Hail, big up yourself, brother. Long time no see. Dial Sukram, Mala Ramnarain, morning. Just sort of say no sound. Y'all, nah man, I can't go in Asalag and people are hearing me and they say nothing. Refresh your screen, just soda. Refresh your screen. If people wasn't hearing the comments, so they're going crazy. Okay, great. I get Arjun name right. The glad. Brian, morning to you as well. Fishgram Patrick, morning to you. Morning. Bobby Goberdan, morning. Right, good. So let's get into it. This morning, you might be going for an hour. Depends on how it goes. I've been thinking too, I need to revamp the show in terms of I know Hale, I know a lot of things happening, a lot of money making, and I'm happy that young entrepreneurs like you're seeing your way, you know? You're seeing your way. Young businessman, gosh, what's the right term to use? He's not a GDF officer, but he's a cadet officer. Or he would have completed the cadet course, versed in multiple languages, you know. So, you know, good guy, a good guy. So anyway, like I was saying, I've been thinking about revamping the show. Sometimes, well, not sometimes, I read the comments and I see persons complaining about me amplifying misinformation or opposition voices. Now, what I want y'all to understand, it's not about amplifying or increasing the spread of misinformation. It's about debunking that misinformation that is spread. So for me to do that properly, I have to make you, whoever's looking live or after the fact, aware of the information, right? So I usually like to give both sides and let whoever the person I'm chiding say whatever they need to say, and then I bring the logic and the sense to the nonsense that I would have played for you before. So I beg you guys to see with me. We will go back to a format. Elections are over. The government has been sworn in, and we'll go back into a developmental format. So our focus will move away from, I guess, chiding the opposition or calling them out to focusing on the government's agenda and the development that's taking place in Guyana on a grand scale. So we'll will most likely be reintroducing community talk. We most likely will be reintroducing Behind the Agenda with myself and Joel Bagwodin. Shakira Bagwodin Morning. Are you related to Joel? I don't know. And we'll also most likely be reviving and revamping Behind the Agenda. Sorry, not Behind the Agenda. What's the name of that show, boy? I used to do that show on Sunday. The Bottom Line. The Bottom Line, right? So we will be working on getting those programs back up and running along with the morning live and keeping it going, right? So look out for that as we get back into the developmental agenda of this second term Irfan Ali government. That aside, shall we get into it? Into the thick of it? Into the thick of it? So yesterday I scrolled on Facebook and I saw a screen grab of a comment section between Brian Max and some people. So I stopped to read a little bit. I like a fast. There you go, a fast. I said it, so a fast. Right? Ronnie Prashant added for us to run him back. Ronnie, how you gonna run matter? You done matter already. Right? So I saw the post. And right away, when I saw Brian Max comment under the post, well, the comments in the comment section, my mind run right away back to not critic, but Brian Max critics encounter with the Bushmaster that is snoring in his studio. On the day of that live, and I keep telling y'all, these things has just popped back to me. On the day of that live, I could remember the guy saying, him and Muhammad's dad, Shell, tight. You understand? The way he was saying, let me play it for you.
So much for critic. Mr. Shell Mohammed, who is...
So he goes to talk about Shell. You understand? And the day that I heard it, the day on the live that I heard it, I think this is a weird connection between these two bands, you know. Which man could call me if I vex about something and with one word from 900 to 0, vap? You understand? Probably your wife or your mother or somebody. You understand? But which man got the effect over me? Little weird. When I heard it the day initially, so it's a man, these banner type. The man is besties or whatever. His spiritual friend, Brian Max, self-proclaimed spiritual friend, call you a criminal. Brian, how your spiritual friend could speak to you like this? So when I saw Brian's comment, right, this is in true Brian Max nature. See, talking to Esther, actually they were extremely ungrateful. Shell Mohammed, Brian Max, spiritual friend, Korsau Charles Sugrim. And we all know when Shell Mohammed hold to cuss. When Shell Mohammed hold to cuss you, you're going to hear every drop of every grain of rice you eat from me, everything you get from you, back in your face. Back in your face. So you know the cussing that Charles Sugrim get wasn't no ordinary cussing. We know how Shell Mohammed stay. And more so, you'd get a cussing. But if you bother him, If you bother Shell Mohammed, he cough in your face. That's what Shell will do you. In your face. Right? So Charles Sugrim get a nasty cuss out on behalf of Brian Max. Why you bring this crossing criminal to my party? Charles Sugrim, why you bring this cross Brian Max? This criminal Brian Max, according to Shell Mohammed, this criminal Brian Max. So the ass party. Why would you do that, Charles Sugrim? But one thing with Brian could abuse and cuss. Wait, man. Is the one sanctioned? Wait. The US sanctioned me? So, folks, the baby party is beginning to break up. The baby party is beginning to break up. What y'all need to remember, at the end of the day, these guys' true nature will come out. Ass and his and the shell that the ass fell out of. You understand? These two guys' true nature will show. They are all about authority. They're the powerhouses. They're the ones who the stalk hard and everybody quiver. I mean, Brian Max, the stalk hard, nobody don't got time with Brian Max. Nobody freaking Brian Max. But Shell and the ass that fell out of the shell, they're accustomed to being the authoritative voices in whichever room they're in. And if that's not the case, they got a problem. So clearly, Brian was definitely speaking at some decibels a little higher than Shell or the ass. And it can't work. It cannot work here. So Brian, since you have said in this comment, Shell has labeled you a criminal despite you not being sanctioned by the US for, as you say, drug laundering, money laundering, and tax evasion, I am going to suggest to you, go and work on your retirement home that you were planning to do. Go back there. Right? And you never know, Brian Max might start a party for the new election. Jesus Christ. Oh, I don't want no spiritual friends that's gonna do me like this. No spiritual friends. Quincy, Evans, them banda, good enough for me. No spiritual friends. There's trouble. No spiritual. Now, since we're on the spiritual, a blessed good morning to everybody again. Since we're on the spiritual, I couldn't let this slide. I could not, in good conscience. I could not, in good conscience, allow this to slide. Right? A guy by the name of Gavin Bacchus or Devon Bacchus come under my post about this to say that I was unprofessional to post this photo here, repost it, and to say on the post that Jesus was without sin. And that's not you. So Devon Bacchus felt I was unprofessional to say so. He didn't find it unprofessional for a failed businessman to compare himself to a deity of one of the main religions of this world. That wasn't unprofessional. To liken the other 11 worries that you're carrying into the assembly, the National Assembly behind you, Terence Campbell, to liken them to the disciples. This banner is a joker, right? This man is a joker. And I dare say to you this morning, this is a blasphemous comparison. Blasphemous comparison. Equating the 12 APNU MPs to Jesus's disciples is offensive and laughable. The disciples sacrificed everything for humanity. APNU's 12 can't even unite their own party. If Terence Campbell believes APNU's 12 are world changers, he's clearly ignoring their record of division, corruption, and most of all, most important, incompetence. You look in a dictionary for APNU. Those are the three definitions that you will find under the word, the acronym APNU. Division, corruption, incompetence. Now, Terence, let me say this to you. 12 in Parliament, 12 in... somebody, please tag Terence Campbell in this live. Somebody who is friends with Terence Campbell, please tag Terence Campbell in this live. You understand me? Because I don't know if he eating any chicken seasoning or snorting any chicken seasoning raw or something. It got something wrong here. Right? So, Terence, I'm saying this to you, and I want to be clear. 12 in Parliament is not equal to 12 with power. Right? Let's sink in, Terence. 12 in Parliament is not equal to 12 with power. The APNU only has 12 seats out of 65. That's not changing Guyana. You hear me? That's not changing Guyana. That's minority status. And again, I often say this here, numbers don't lie. With just 12 seats, they have absolutely, let me say it again, with just 12 seats, they have absolutely no influence over the direction of the National Assembly. None whatsoever. 12. When they had double that, or much more than that, they still couldn't control the direction of the National Assembly. Right? Now, there's hypocrisy in values here. Claiming Christianity while leading a party that thrives on fear, division, and dishonesty is the height of hypocrisy. Guyanese citizens know that values aren't measured in Bible quotes. Right, Terence? They are measured in actions. And the APNU has failed repeatedly. Not just one time. Not one time, Terence. Repeatedly. Y'all have failed on rapid. Now, I said failed repeatedly. Let's look at the history of failure. The APNU was in government and had far more than 12 members. What did they deliver? Comment section. Genuinely asking you, what did they deliver? What did they deliver? Joblessness. Joblessness. Neglect of Afro-Guyanese communities like Linden and the Wisma Mackenzie Bridge. Mismanagement like the 18 million, like the drug ban with George Norton. Massive corruption scandals. The allegations of millions being paid for gun licenses under Kemraj Ramjitan's tenure. Kati, give myself contract use. David, beds, bangles, and bracelets, Patterson. No scales, Patterson. Overpay for bucket trucks, Patterson. No upgrades to GPL, Patterson. I said joblessness. Only giving jobs to PNC people, as Varda Lawrence said. Taking away the because we care from the children in this country. I'm going through the history of failure, you know. Taking away the because we care from the children of this country. Taking away the 1 month salary bonus from the joint services. Firing the CSOs. Destroying the sugar industry. Crippling gold mining. Crippling the timber industry. We were left for dead during the COVID period. No tangible increases for teachers, nurses. I could go on and on and on. That is the history of failure of this bunch, the 12, who are likening themselves to Jesus and the disciples. That is the history of failure. And Devon Backus coming to tell me about be professional. I do so when I see professional people to be professional about. Not these 12 worries here. Nor the dethroned chicken king. Poko? No, not Terence Campbell. Y'all out your mind. So with that backdrop placed here, if dozens of APNU leaders couldn't change Guyana in power, whilst they had power, Ubraj the right sideline, they want nothing to do with you, Ubraj. And you were the mayor when they had the executive. So if they could transform Georgia when they had power, when they had the ability to do so, in power, how 12, meaning even going to just say MPs, how 12 backbench MPs plan to do it now? Somebody tell me, please. These guys fall into the category of Beverly Allard, something McAllister. Backbenchers, nothing of substance. They win the votes in the area, so they're sitting down in the back, they don't offer no kind of real input in the National Assembly. Something McAllister, the name, a big old man. And they're doing nothing. Who else you be in the back? Ricky Ramru, waste. You notice everybody else from the AFC get a position except Ricky. Ricky's a waste. Oh my God. So, folks, please don't be fooled. This is desperation disguised as faith. That is what you're looking at on your screen there when you see Terence Campbell stand up there. Desperation disguised as faith. This is not a bold declaration. It's a desperate attempt to spin defeat into hope. Hope play for Guyana Amazon Warriors, by. Hope not play for APNU. So don't spin this way. Hope play for Amazon Warriors. After being rejected at the polls, the APNU is trying to rebrand weakness as destiny. But Guyanese voters aren't fooled. Guyanese voters aren't fooled. Terence Campbell's statement is religious theater with no political substance. You hear me? Religious theater with no political substance. The 12 disciples of the APNU aren't here to save Guyana, right? They aren't here to save Guyana. They are here to save their pensions. And that is the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so. These guys. No, that aside, I got to jump over here. Chris, today, folks, Christopher Jones. Thanks, Marla Pandey. If they did, they deserve to win. So let them continue. Just as Hamilton Green said, if they rig, let them continue rigging. Folks, join me in celebrating with Christopher Jones. And when I say former, please, I emphasize on the F. Former member of parliament. Former chief whip of the opposition. Today, folks, today, the 23rd of September, 2025, our boy, Christopher Jones, is celebrating 29 years of service or of being in public service. Right? But I am here to show you all that Christopher Jones's post is a veiled slight at Aubrey Norton and the current PNCR leadership. Right? First things first, we must look at the timing and the tone of the message. Christopher chose to highlight his 29 years of service and legacy right in the middle of PNCR's leadership crisis. Chris, what's wrong with you? Now, the reflective statement-like tone contrasts with Aubrey Norton's embattled leadership, subtly presenting Jones as the steady, loyal figure, while Norton appears divisive and weak. Now, one thing Chris said in this post that jumped out at me: tradition alone does not secure tomorrow. Now, understand, this line is loaded. Jones is saying the PNCR can't survive on history or loyalty to a single leader like Norton. It warns that the old guard politics won't keep the party relevant, which undermines Norton's backward-looking style of leadership. Could Chris be planning to emerge at the Congress to overthrow Brother Aubrey? So Chris also gives a presentation of vision versus stagnation. Chris stresses the need for a vision that speaks to the new generation. This is a jab at Norton's inability to connect with youth or expand the PNCR's base beyond the shrinking traditional voters. Hence the term old guard that Chris used. Now, what Chris has done also masterfully is highlight his roles and achievements. So Jones took the time to list his progression from the youth arm and being a leader of that to the central executive, then on to being a member of parliament. And then more so, not just a member of parliament, chief whip of the opposition. Now contrast that to that surly bunch Aubrey Norton has chosen to represent him and the rest of them worries in Parliament. Compared to Chris, nonsense. Terence Campbell over Christopher Jones, madness. Now, by reminding the public of his leadership record, he contrasts his competence and loyalty with Norton's reputation for internal sabotage and division. This is gentle but strategic criticism. Now, Chris avoids direct attacks, but uses phrases like, the rhythm of renewal has not always kept step. Legacy must find fresh breath. So I don't know if Martin mouth stink. Because legacy stink, but I don't know, Chris. You got to be clear. Stop writing in these parables and speak clearly. Those two that I just shared with you, these are polite ways of saying the PNC under Norton has failed to modernize or inspire, and change is needed. This is something James Bond has said on several occasions. The PNC are politics. It's not winning hearts and inspiring minds to come or to gravitate towards them. It's not. No, be clear. Let me be clear. Chris is positioning for the future. Right? Chris is positioning himself for the future. I don't know if he wants to be a presidential candidate. I don't know what he plans to do, or probably run for the head of the Congress or what. But by framing his 29 years as not a conclusion, but a stepping stone, he signals that he's still relevant and he may be ready to play a role in that party's future. Or you never know, he might join his comrades on the other side. This post by Chris undercuts Norton's authority by suggesting alternative leadership is possible. Christopher Jones's anniversary post is more than nostalgia. It's a carefully worded statement that highlights his long, stable service while subtly pointing out the PNCR stagnation and the need for new leadership. An indirect critique of Aubrey Norton's failed tenure. Failed. Right? So, Chris, congratulations to you on your 29 years in public service. Terence, stop your foolishness. Stop it. I heard an interview. I heard a recording. I don't know if it was an interview. I heard of, oh Jesus, is Brock this thing? Yeah, I heard a recording with As Muhammad talking about he never had an agreement with ANOG. Right? He never had an agreement with ANOG. And he's telling his MPs they better perform or else they can get to rotate out. And Mark de France is most likely to become a member of parliament soon. So at some time, very soon, very shortly. Very soon, very shortly, Mark de France will become a member of parliament. Listen, Mark is the only person that probably believed. I don't even think Mark believed that. This situation is I don't know what to say. The kind of abuse Mark de France has been taking is rough on him. Dr. DeFrance, you have to consider your mental health. You can't have people abusing you like this. Why is it everybody eyes past this man? Dr. DeFrance doesn't have Mook written on his forehead. I don't know if it's an invisible ink or an Ingratine scene or something. But why everybody eyes past Mark? Mark. Imagine ANOG was the first political party to give credibility to As Mohammed's win. As win. Right? First person to give, first grouping ANOG, right? At the expense of its founding members, at the expense of regular members. People left ANOG. Mark didn't care. Mark make this guy relevant. And Mark has been sidelined from the beginning. If you notice, Mark was most of the times the cameraman. He got to shoot the live. This is a now accomplished doc. You remember he forged the thing and then he get put off for 2 years. Then he had to come back and catch himself again. And now he's officially accredited properly. But this is a doctor. Dr. Mark DeFrance. And you couldn't even see Mark as a regular feature on Wynn's platform. They had the we are here lady. They had the education specialist from Region 9. They had the education specialist from Region 9. And they had the most DJs. They had the most DJs. I think they was running for president of the Dancehall Association or something. The most DJs. Now Mark is back out into the cold, back at work, just like 2020. 2020? Yeah, the 2020. Like back at work, no sitting in National Assembly. Now, I firmly believe that, well, I don't believe what As would have said, that there was no agreement for seats, right? I don't believe that. Mark may be stupid, but I don't think he's a darn weird. He's not that stupid. I don't think he's that stupid. I don't think he's that stupid, right? Why would you negotiate to merge with a political party and not hash out, once everything is said and done, what your benefit will be? Don't make no sense. Why would that be something that they do? I said that, oh, this is not a coalition, it's a collaboration. Mark, all those excellent minds you sideline to join up with us. No, you corn and husk, everything gone. Corn and husk. Ah, Jesus. It's a sad situation. This is trouble. This is trouble. Anyway, guys, I getting out of here. You have a wonderful day. I'll see you here tomorrow, same time, same place. Oh my Jesus. This is abuse. This is abuse. This is abuse. Oh my God. Where is Kian Jabor? Where is Kian Jabor? Somebody please try and locate Kian Jabour. Where is a fast talking, alleged white lady sniffing Guyanese? Oh Lord. Kian, where you gone? Kian, we coming out the house saying something. Guy needs to realize the politics and Kian know everything. Kian, where you gone? Where's Kian Jabour? Is Kian opening another Toko Loco somewhere that he's so busy? Kian, where are you? We'd love to hear your opinion now everything is said and done. Right? We'd love to hear your opinion, Kian Jabour. Now everything is said and done. Where is this guy, Darwin Bess? We hear from you, Stitz. Amanza trick y'all and take all y'all votes and gone. Darwin and the fast prophet from Linden. Amanza, come and hold it to hand. You know Amanza's story does go. Amanza to sing and talk to you nice. Darwin, it's time for us to move forward. I've been in the National Assembly, so oh gosh, my nose congested, so I can't even do a good Amanza. Can't do it though. I gotta try again tomorrow. But Amanza, hold it to hand, lead them to the polls, and after the polls done, lose them to the wild. I try that. I go into Parliament. I am Amanza Walton Desire. And I am going to. I am betting y'all, Amanza does not rotate that seat. I am betting y'all, Amanza does not rotate that seat. Because if in all fairness, she should at least for the 5 years, you give yourself an equal portion. You give false prophet equal portion. You give Darwin Bess equal portion. So everybody get to rotate in the Parliament. But I am almost absolutely sure that Doc Curry will not rotate that seat. I'm almost absolutely sure that Mark DeFrance will not make it into the National Assembly again. Well, ever. Right? Ever. Jesus. Mark, I want to see what happens to you at the next Congress for Anno. You and R be looking thin in terms of re-election. Anyway, guys, I out to hear. Y'all have a wonderful day. Please be safe on the roadways. Look out for the drivers who are not looking out for you. The kids are back at school, so please look out for them as well. Look, young Guyanese, they have a lot of opportunities out there. Make yourself available. Find out, see what's going on. I must say I am happy to see the reassigned and the newly appointed ministers and those continuing their tenure on the ground, working and in the field. As I said before, we at Livewire here, we will endeavor to reconnect with our developmental productions and get back on course with that. We don't need all this negativity here, right? So we'll have some, but we can keep it more developmental. So you guys can have a clear idea of how the country is continuing to move forward. That's all the time I have for today. And as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the road.